of Chapter 6 has to do with the periodic table and what we call trends based on the structures of the elements. And our three periodic trends are atomic radius, ionization energy, and electronegativity. Atomic radius is 1/2 the distance between the nuclei of two atoms of the same element when the atoms are joined. That's the official definition, okay? So it's almost like if you're finding a radius of a circle, how long that would be. The trend in the periodic table follows that the element with the smallest atomic radii is hydrogen and the largest is francium. So it increases as you move right to left or top to bottom. Please note here, you need to change in your notes. I had a typo. It says left to right. You need to change it to be right to left. The next has to do with ions. So an ion is an atom or group of atoms that has a positive or negative charge. Normally, an atom has a neutral charge because the protons and electrons are equal to each other. But an ion can have an unbalanced combination of the two. Positive and negative ions form when we transfer electrons between atoms. And we'll see that more in Chapter 7 and in Chapter 8. A cation, I know it looks like cation, but it's cation, has a positive charge because it loses an electron to form other atoms. So cations can be written with, they need a plus sign for their charge, and so it could be Al plus 3 or Al 3 plus. It means the same thing, but you need the positive sign to tell us that it is a cation, and it also needs to have a certain charge, so the number associated with it. An anion, on the other hand, is an ion that has a negative charge because it gains electrons from the cation. So the cation gives electrons to the anion. And anions can be written with a negative sign to tell us that it has its negative charge, and the negative sign can be in front or behind the number, just like a cation. Ionization energy is the energy required to remove an electron from an atom. So, meaning you gotta be strong enough to pull the electron away. The first ionization energy tends to decrease from top to bottom within a group and increase from left to right across the period. The size of the ions, so like how big a positive cation or negative anion are, also follow this same trend. And our last is electronegativity. Electronegativity is the ability of an atom to attract electrons when the atom is in a compound. So, in general, electronegativity decreases from top to bottom and increases from left to right. The best way to think about this one is like, if it's very electronegative, that means it's very attractive. So if we're thinking in high school terms, maybe there's somebody that you really want to ask out, and so they're really attractive to you, and so that attractive person would be, I don't know, admired, whatever, but you could, like, they're attracting the electrons, they're attracting the attention to them, and so that's kind of like electronegativity. The atom that's more electronegative is the most attractive to all of the electrons. So we're going to practice our electronegativity trends, and then we will be able to finish up our element project and work on our periodic table project.
Don't you wanna rally again? Find a row with no name, lay back in the slow lanes.